fuck just happened? What's up everyone, it's Kyle from Color Expression, back with another swatch and review. I'm so excited to be partnering up with Mooncat today to look at their brand new Technicolor Dreams collection. We're getting 10 new pastel cream polishes, but the cool thing is the names kind of give a fun twist on all of these colors, so I'm really excited to look at them in more detail with you guys. All of these shades are available today from the Mooncat website, so that will be linked down below in the description if you want to check any of them out. If you don't know much about Mooncat, they are an independent nail polish brand that is based out of the USA, and they are vegan and cruelty-free. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. If you couldn't tell by the intro, I'm really into this collection, so let's just get into the swatches. As always, we're going to start out with a base coat, and today I am using the Mooncat Hardcore Base Coat. So going in a bit of a rainbow order today, we will start out with Euphoric, and this one is a pastel pink, you could say. You'll notice that pastel theming throughout this whole collection, but I love what Mooncat did with these, where they all have a bit of a twist. Some of them are almost neon, some have a cool tone, a warm tone. It's just, we're getting a lot of different stuff throughout this collection, so I really loved that. We'll take a look at all 10 shades together on the screen at the same time later in the video, but back to this one, I did do 2 coats to reach full opacity, which really impressed me. This formula was so easy to use. It was thick, but in a good way. You could still move it around, get that coverage that you wanted, and that 2-coat opacity just blew me away. These were so pigmented and bright and nice that I'm a super big fan of this formula. Next up, we will look at Lucid Dream, which is a bit of a muted peachy orange. I loved this shade. I finished out a night of swatching with this one, so I wore it all night, and I just kept looking at my nails and staring at it. It's such a beautiful color, and this is one of those ones that I feel just slightly verges towards neon. It's so cool to see these shades in person, and I just love the coverage that we get. Again, 2-coat full opacity, and you can just see how smooth and glossy this shade is. I do recommend a glossy top coat just to really make that manicure last, but look at that, just as a full manicure, it's so beautiful. It's peachy, it's bright, it's summery. This one is gonna look so good in the summer, doing some gradients, some nail art. It's just, oh, it's gonna be so good. Next up, we will look at Acidic, which this is one of the ones that I loved it when I saw it in the bottle, but then once I read the shade name, it just had this special extra effect to it. I'm not sure what changed in my mind when I read the word acidic on the bottom of the bottle, but I loved this one in the end. I think it's such a nice bright orange, and again, in person, this one does lean just slightly neon, and I'm not even sure that neon is the right word. It's almost like, you know, when you wear white nail polish and you just have that bright look on your fingers, it's almost like these all started as a white polish and then had color added to them, so they have that really just bright and punchy feel. But this one again was 2-coat full opacity. I loved this formula. They really blew it out of the park with this whole collection. These were all so nice and easy to use. Now we will look at Eternal Sunshine, which is this soft sort of pale yellow, and again, this one gave that effect where it's like it's a white nail polish that's just barely tinted yellow. So I loved that about this one. You can see that first coat was very impressive for yellow nail polish. Usually even a darker yellow will take 3 coats, but this light soft yellow only took 2 coats to reach full opacity. I was blown away. You can see finished nail. We get such a nice look. This one is going to be so good for spring and into summer. I think perfect for nail art, perfect for gradients in this collection. Any color combo, any skittle, it's all just gonna look so good with these. So here you can see as a full hand, it's so nice. I love this shade. Next up is Neverland, which is a bit of a pastel green, and I don't know why, I just hate using the word pastel for this collection because these shades just seem so much more than pastel. They're not just, oh, pastel blue, pastel purple. They're so rich and full of depth and pigmented, and I just really love this formula. They knocked it out of the park with these. I might have already said that, but I'm just so impressed. You can see 2-coat coverage, again, no patchiness. It went on so nice and smooth. I couldn't really tell if I wanted to say this was warm leaning or cool leaning, like it's a very neutral green. I feel like it's gonna suit all sorts of skin tones. It's gonna look good throughout the whole year. So I definitely say that this one should be a staple in any collection. Next up, we have, in my opinion, the perfect mix of blue and green in a polish. This one is Paradise Found, and it's this teal color, but I don't know, Mooncat did such a good job formulating this one. They got the perfect amount of each of those two colors to mix together and to create this teal. It's so nice and summery, but at the same time, I find it like strangely comforting and cozy. I'm not sure what it is about this shade of blue. It almost reminds me of like appliances from the 70s or the 80s. Do you kind of know what I'm talking about? Like those mixers or whatever, but I don't know, just really loved this one. I was so happy wearing this one as a full manicure. And again, that 2-coat opacity, great to use formula. You can't go wrong with this shade. Next up, we've got Sinking Feeling, which just saying the name of this one makes me feel like I'm in that one scene from Get Out. But luckily, this polish won't hypnotize you. So you can see we're getting a bit of a sky blue color here, and first coat was practically full opacity, which I could say it for every shade in this collection. Such good coverage. I don't know how they did it, but these were just so good, and you really need to get one in your hands and try it out for yourself to experience how good this formula is. I could talk about it all day, but until you try it, you're not going to see really how good it is. So I say you pick your 2 to 3 at least favorites from this collection, order them, try them out together, and just really be blown away by how much you love them. Next up is the first of, I guess you could say, 2 purples in this collection, but this one is much cooler, much more blue leaning, and once you see them actually side by side in a minute, you'll see the clear differences, and you're almost like, are they both purple? Is one of them kind of pink? I don't know how to describe it, but this one is just such a nice, I want to say like a sky purple. I know that's not really a color, and I said the last one was a sky blue, but that's just how I want to describe it. It's like lilac-y, lavendery. It's that sort of typical pastel purple, but the formula we're getting and just how pigmented and bright it is, where it gives that effect of like a white nail. It's so nice, and I love wearing this one as a full manicure for sure. Now we have Insomniac, which you can see it's like a purple, but it's a pinky purple. So it's like a pinkle. It's also practically a 1-coater because this first coat, we're getting just the most minimal amount of patchiness in one little spot, but practically gave full opacity, and I really did love that about this shade and just this whole collection. I cannot wait to try out some nail arts with these because they're gonna work so well for anything you want to do. So please leave me some comments of stuff you want to see, because we seriously got like a whole palette of colors from Mooncat with this release. So my mind has definitely gone a little bit wild with ideas, but I want to hear your guys' ideas and what you're excited to do or what you would want to see me try to do on the channel with these. And finally, we've got White Rabbit, which Mooncat, upon their initial launch, did have a black polish, but they haven't had a white up until now, and we finally have a White Rabbit, and it's exactly what you could expect and hope for as a white polish from Mooncat. We're getting beautiful 2-coat coverage, practically 1-coat coverage, and I feel like this one is going to work really well for a French manicure or just any of your nail art needs. This is a super pigmented white, so really impressed by this one. White is always one of those colors that I literally in my mind, I would never be like, oh, I'm gonna do white nails today. But whenever I have swatched white or worn white, even for just a little bit, I always love it. It's so bright and it really just like makes me happy. So I love getting to add this one into my collection. And as promised, we are looking at all 10 shades here together so you can see how cohesive and beautiful and just all around gorgeous this collection is. There's only so many words that I could even use to describe it, but they really killed it with this release, and I'm so excited to see what's next from them. They just do such a good job. All right, now that we have seen these 10 new shades, I want to hear your thoughts on them, so leave a comment down below. Let me know which one was your favorite and which ones you're going to pick up. I'm so happy they added all these new creams to their lineup because I was already a fan of their cream formula, but having so many more colors to work with is just that much more fun. Also, leave a like on this video if you want to see a review on the darker creams that Mooncat has too. I think that's going to be it for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! I'm really excited that Mooncat... I almost said unleashed. I'm so happy Mooncat oh my god, I did it again!